My favorite singer in the modern era since the 90s is Mary J. Blige. Y'all know I love Mary J. Blige. When I talk about I love Mary J. I love Mary J. Blige. I will fight one of y'all over Mary J. Blige. But all time, Aretha Franklin is number one for me. I have the acclaimed 1973 Amazing Grace album. It's probably one of the best albums I've ever bought. Of course, I am a big fan of her father, Reverend C.L. Franklin. And those two people are my top two people of all time. 3 is Mary J., right? But in 1968, she made a song called Natural Woman. Now, again, outside of being the best singer of all time, I mean, you know, you talk about people today, Rihanna, Beyonce, they can't even open the door for her. She sung this song at a time of, you know, where she had in the nation had somewhat of affection for the opposite sex, talking about how a man makes her feel as a natural woman. Nobody at this particular time was thinking about LGBTQ. Now, at the same time, there were people, especially even in the gospel industry, like Reverend James Cleveland. Those people were gay, but it didn't exist anything such as trans. So now, at the time of her making this song, there was no way she could have known what the terms trans were. And to be fair for Aretha Franklin, and this is what I know about Aretha Franklin and even C.L. Franklin, some of the people that they've given chances in gospel music were gay. Reverend James Cleveland, who started GMWA, was gay. She collaborated with Reverend Charles Nix at the St. James Baptist Church, who was Detroit's greatest organ player. Undoubtedly, he was undercover gay, as they say, died of AIDS at UC San Francisco Hospital in 1988. So when you look at Aretha Franklin dealing with a lot of people in gospel music at that time, undoubtedly, we know that many of those people, and it's still true today, are a lot of musicians are gay. A lot of choir directors are gay. So you're working with these people even at that time. So for somebody to say that Aretha Franklin was anti-trans or anti-gay, at the time, I believe that she did a lot to help people, especially men, that were gay in the industry. Now today, people are saying the lyrics offend trans people. And you have this organization called, and it's a Norwegian organization, called Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance. Now what they're saying is that this song is against transgendered people. Now after this song was released, or these people came out with this, Aretha Franklin's song soars to #1 on iTunes after being anti-trans. All right. And what I would like to say about this is number one, the world as we know it has gotten so liberal that everything offends somebody. And now you've opened Pandora's box. You've opened Pandora's box. Now, everything that has been done is going to be considered anti-trans. Going to the restroom is going to be considered anti-something. Now, if you look at, when I look at people that I cover in celebrity that are transgender, one thing that shocks me is that they don't see a difference between them and cis women. That's what I hear from many people. That's, you know, that I read these articles and things like that. That's why you have trans women wanting to compete in women's sports. And I'm not saying that every trans organization is like this one, but that's the argument that they use. I feel like a woman, therefore I am a woman. A trans woman is no different than a cis woman. So then if you feel, and I'm just using some logic here, that you are a natural woman, why are you upset about this song? And the only thing that I think that would make you be upset with this particular song is that certain people in this particular organization feel threatened by natural born cis women. It would have to be the case. I'm not saying that everybody from the trans community is threatened by cis women. But as it appears, these people don't feel like they are equality or they are equal to cis women. That's been a real big thing. A lot of people have been trying to push like, hey, I'm a trans woman, so I don't need to tell a guy I was born a man because I'm a natural woman. So is there a certain discrimination against natural women from certain people in the trans community? Is there a certain level of jealousy? I'm trying to understand this. And I think that a lot of ladies who are supporting the LGBT community and certain people that they know that are trans, here's what I feel. I feel like what they probably don't know is that certain aspects or individuals in certain communities could be looking to lessen, and I'm not saying everybody, but lessen the role or the importance of women who are naturally born that way. And of course you see Hope Giselle, who wasn't born a man and now a transgender woman. And then, obviously coming on the behalf and speaking on the behalf of black women. I'm not saying that that individual feels this way, but you're seeing that women are getting less sympathy from the public. At the same time, you hear a lot of people, like a lot of gay rights, and I see like feminists, when you see them, they kind of run in the same circle. That's what you even see with Black Lives Matter. A lot of the people that run Black Lives Matter are feminists that happen to be in LGBTQ relationships. So I'm not saying the groups are equal, but similar, because they're both saying that, hey, we are underrepresented. We are groups that are unappreciated. We are attacked because either our sexuality or our gender. So I think that you see, well, hey, let's both come together and we have similar but not equal issues, and we can kind of fight for the same thing. But now you're starting to see, as the LGBTQ rights move forward, that women's rights are getting left behind in certain aspects. And the people that still need the most help in the world, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to say that men don't need it, but the most, let me say, vulnerable people in society tend to be, in my honest opinion, natural born women. I'm not discounting the experience of anybody that is gay. I'm not saying that it's not difficult, but we all know historically, especially in the black community, women have been at the forefront of having the hardest issues, and black men. We know that. So now why are certain groups looking to take away that which women have? Like you see some of these situations where you've seen these trans women get into the same boxing ring with these natural born women, and they're almost getting killed, or they can't compete in these sports. So women don't understand that feminism and blending that feminism with other people's issues, in the black community learned that the hard way. We start talking about our black issues, then we combine them with other issues, other people, black and brown. Not to discount brown people's issues, but we started to see, as the brown started to learn from our civil rights, it wasn't about us as much anymore. They started to make it about more or less what they have going on, which is why they have the #1 minority group in the nation to have business and we don't. That was a fault that we didn't learn from. Now you're seeing the same play here. And I don't think that song is offensive. How can it be an anti-trans stereotype? There was nothing said negatively about gays. Now I can see a speech in the 60s talking about, let's say LGBTQ or gays. Okay, I can see how somebody is offended at that. But that woman is expressing her love for a man who makes her feel good. And like I said, people can get offended by anything. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.